Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. We have a little extra video for you guys today, so hopefully you enjoy that. We are going to be discussing and breaking down some insane quotes that some of these ex-professional amazing players have gone on TVs, interviews, pundits, and they've said some crazy stuff about current players. I personally don't understand it, but at the same time, I do understand it because I think they're projecting. I think they're jealous for multiple reasons. I watch a lot of the NBA, and a lot of the NBA pundits are really negative to the players these days. And I think it's because the players these days make so much more money than they made, and it upsets them. So they find ways to slight them. That's just a theory. I don't know, but it happens a lot in the NBA as well. If you watch the NBA, the only dude I know that's really positive towards current players is Kevin Garnett. That's another story for another time. We're talking about football today, and we've got a couple just crazy quotes that I just don't understand where these ex-amazing players are going to. You know, this one today was one of the big ones I saw. It was like Totti went on a TV thing, and he said, put Messi in a Roma kit, a Roma team for 25 years and tell me how many Ballon d'Ors he will win. If you just leave it there for, up for interpretation for you and me both to answer, that's one thing. This guy said zero, all right? He said zero. Now, let me break that down. Messi is probably the greatest player of all time, okay? For me to sit here and think that the greatest player of all time wouldn't win a Ballon d'Or in that Roma team, I can't get that thought through my mind. I just can't, because I've even seen some of the teams that Messi has done what he's done and had Ballon d'Or seasons. I will remind you, hey, Totti, if I need to, I will remind you in the 2018-19 season what he did. All right, 51 goals, 19 assists, okay, for that 2019 Ballon d'Or, okay? If I need to remind you, and the team that he was playing on, you look at these names, you say, oh, what do you mean? Those are great players. All these players were at the end. They were shocking. What Messi was doing that season, don't even get me started, because this guy's acting like he had handouts at Barcelona his whole career and had the easy teams he had to play on. But for me, the end all is that if I put Messi in a Roma kit, in a Roma club, he's winning Ballon d'Ors there. Stop it. For his talent level, he's having 2 or 3. Even at some of those Roma teams. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you say. And the shame of this is that I don't even know if Totti is just hating on Messi, because I saw a quote a couple years ago about Totti saying he would do whatever to get Messi at Roma. When there was some more Messi transfer news, he would do whatever. I think he's actually a Messi supporter. What I think he's saying here is I think he's projecting a bit. I think he's frustrated that he didn't win any Ballon d'Ors in his career. That's what I think. And I think a lot of that was that he chose to be at Roma his whole career. And a lot of those teams, for him, the players around him, was he great enough? As great as he was. Not as great as Messi. Not as great as Messi. I think Totti's probably one of the most underrated GOATs ever. Maybe this is just him projecting. I don't understand this one. For me, I just don't get it. You look at what Messi has accomplished in his career and what he's even done in the last couple seasons where he's had Ballon d'Ors outside of Barcelona. Look, this one, I don't understand what he's projecting or trying to get to. All I can understand is that maybe he's a little frustrated with how some, outcomes of awards, and he doesn't feel validated for his career. I don't know. At the end of the day, Totti, you are a great player. Anyone who's watching the video that hasn't seen Totti play, amazing, amazing player. But, bro, talking this about Messi, you could put Messi this season on Southampton, bro. And I think he'll find a way within a couple of these seasons at Southampton to win a Ballon d'Or. I don't even care what you say. I think he's that great. Prime Messi. We're talking about Messi, man. Prime Lionel Messi. All right, 90-plus goal season. No one's ever beaten that record. And this guy's not going to win a Ballon d'Or at Roma. Okay, Roma, not Southampton. Roma. It's not Southampton. It's a bit better than Southampton. So that's the first one. Okay, the second one. This one pisses me the fuck off. I'm going to be honest, this one really pisses me off. Now, you guys know me. I'm not the largest Arsenal enthusiast. I'm not, right? I give them their respect. I'm going to read you this quote right now. And look, I'm not going to do this face cam because, you're going to think I'm lying because this is so stupid I'm reading, right? Wesley Schneider on Declan Rice's 2 free kicks. This is obviously, if you missed it, Declan Rice, 2 free kicks, UCL knockout versus Real Madrid. And what does Wesley Schneider have to say? Well, Wesley Schneider says, I don't find these free kicks that impressive. It may seem strange. It is strange, bro. Shut up. But it's extremely easy to give a ball such a curve when you know how to kick. And I know a lot about it. The wall is at fault here. Same for the second free kick. We see Courtois move to his right just before Rice shoots. It's a mistake from the goalkeeper. Okay, so basically, Wesley Schneider, another great player, another very, very great player. I was able to watch him growing up. He was in a lot of those very good Inter Milan teams when I was younger and watching the Serie A when I felt like I was catching it at the end of its prime. he has to go on and right after Declan Rice probably delivers two of the clutchest free kicks we've seen. Like, we've never really seen someone hit two insane free kicks in a knockout game. Same player. I don't even know. You know, we probably, like, you could probably put Messi in there. But, like, in terms of the stakes of this game specifically, I don't know if we've seen something like that in a while, right? So either way, regardless, it's extremely commendable. And so this guy has to go on and yap and say it's not that impressive. First one, it's not Declan Rice's credit. It's not a credit to that amazing free kick that nobody really saw coming. It's the wall's fault. Okay, now go watch the film. All right. I think it's pretty impressive. Okay, let's say the first one is a fluke. Okay, let's go to the second one. No, it's the best goalkeeper in the world, Courtois' fault. You know what, Schneider? I know you scored a lot of free kicks in your career. I don't know what you're projecting here, man. I really don't. Maybe this guy Schneider thinks that Arsenal's going to win the UCL now, and he's pissed. He's pissed because he wants to be out there, and he wants to be playing, but his body can't move anymore. I don't even know what this guy is trying to say here. I mean, look, this is not one of those ones. You know, one time I scored a free kick way long ago, right? And the keeper was so bad. I mean, it was so savable over the wall. Keeper just stood there. He didn't even move. It went into the net. Yeah, it's acceptable in that case to say, okay, the keeper's at fault. You know, don't give me the credit. I'm okay with that. But the fact that Declan Rice he's not giving, a great player like this, Declan Rice, credit for those two free kicks. I don't know what za he's smoking. I don't know what planet he's on. Because all I see with those free kicks is greatness, man. Both of those free kicks from Declan Rice were absolutely absurd. Both of them. All absurd free kicks. So impressive, so talented. And I want Wesley Schneider. I want you either to go in net and save those because you think they're so savable, the keeper's positioning was off, or you could personally fix the wall, or find me any keeper in the world that was going to save both of those free kicks. Until that happens, shut your yap, man. You're not playing anymore, right? Some of these guys got to hang it up, man, because you're done playing, bro. You got to stop yapping because you guys are just yapping to stay relevant. All right. This one out of all of them is probably the most sensible one. This is Jamie Carragher. He goes on a podcast, and basically, you can listen. I already know what he says, so I'm just going to play it for you guys.
Leave the football before the football leaves you. The football's left him. At this top level, he needs to call it a day.
Okay, this is regarding Casemiro. Now, you guys probably remember this. This is regarding Casemiro. This is really about kind of the end of last season. And, like, for me, I just feel like, yes, there's a part of what he's saying that is accurate, but the disrespect, okay, for a player that, quite frankly, has won much more than Jamie Carragher, let's be honest, okay? Jamie Carragher has had some trophies, not as much as Casemiro, and it's like, look, this guy has continued, Casemiro, right? Maybe not the best season, maybe not the best form here and then. Did you watch the match last week? This guy's telling him to hang it up, just let it go, it's over. Did you watch the Europa knockout last week? Now, we're getting to the age with Casemiro where he's on and off. And look, I've said some things with Casemiro in the last year or two. I'm not doing punditry. I'm just yapping on Twitch streams, okay? And I'm not said anything like that, like let it go, it's over. You know, I thought Casemiro probably should have moved on last season. This man, Casemiro, the way he delivered, look, would United be in a semifinal of the Europa League if he wasn't in that match? Probably not. Drew the penalty, amazing ball to Maguire to win the game. So that's all I'm going to say. That one aged horribly, horribly. A little bit more out of context, not, I guess, quoting anything directly. It was, after a match reactionary last year. Yeah, but then he goes on to say this about Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford seems fine. He's used to it. The Europa League anthem. So he said this because basically, if you guys missed it, Villa and PSG were playing in the Champions League, which I'm sure you didn't miss it. They played the Europa League anthem. All right, and Jamie Carragher had to say that. He had to say that. He says Marcus Rashford is used to the Europa League anthem. You know what, Jamie Carragher? This dude has leveled up, gone to Villa. From what I've seen recently, is fucking balling, and he was playing in the Champions League. Okay? So, quiet down. Now, guys, let me know your thoughts on all these, man. I just want to point out, I saw a couple of these quotes. I'm like, bro, what are these guys yapping about? Some of these pundits got to be held accountable, man. They're talking crazy. They're talking crazy. All right? Let me know your thoughts, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one, man. Just a cheeky little video for you guys, man. Peace out.